You've wondered why you've walked alone while others found love. This message reveals the truth. Your singleness was never rejection. It was divine protection and preparation for something far greater. Chosen one, there is a reason your journey has looked different from others when it comes to love, companionship, and relationships. You may have looked around and seen your friends, your family members, even strangers, stepping into relationships, marriages, and commitments, while your own path has seemed delayed, paused, or even empty in comparison. And in those moments, you've likely asked yourself, why me? Why is my story so different? Why have I been set apart? The truth is, it is not rejection. It is not abandonment. It is not punishment. It is preparation. You have been kept single because there are things inside of you that needed to be developed before anyone else could be joined to your journey. And before we go deeper, I want you to pause here. This message has reached you for a reason. If it resonates, stay with me until the very end, because the answers you've been searching for may be hidden in these words. And as you listen, I invite you to take a moment to write your most sincere wishes in the comments and seal them with 777, a symbol of divine alignment and completion. This act is more than a comment. It is a release of energy into the universe, a declaration of faith that your path is unfolding with purpose. And if you feel called, subscribe to remain connected to this journey, where each message will strengthen your spirit and remind you that you are never walking alone. Now let us return to the truth of why you have been kept single. You see, many people rush into relationships out of fear of loneliness, the desire for validation, or the pressure of society's timelines. They connect out of need, not alignment. But you, chosen one, have been set apart. Your life is not meant to be rushed, your love is not meant to be ordinary, and your relationships are not meant to be built on fragile foundations. The very reason you've been held back is because heaven has been protecting you from counterfeits, distractions, and connections that would have derailed your purpose. It wasn't that you weren't worthy of love. It was that your worth was too high to be given carelessly. Think of the times you nearly settled. Perhaps you entered connections that felt promising at first, only to discover heartbreak, misalignment, or hidden motives. At the time, it may have left you broken, confused, or bitter. But looking back, you now see that those endings were actually divine interventions. The one you thought would be your forever was only meant to be a lesson. The one who left you taught you how to stand on your own. The rejection that stung so deeply redirected you away from something that would have cost you far more in the long run. You see, chosen ones do not have the luxury of careless love. Your heart is a vessel too precious to be poured out into hands that do not honor it. Being single has been your classroom. It has been the space where you learned patience, resilience, and self-awareness. While others may have been distracted by relationships that consumed their energy, you were being given the time to focus inward, to heal wounds that you might have carried into a partnership, to develop gifts that you might have ignored if you were consumed with someone else's needs, to build a foundation of confidence that doesn't crumble when someone else walks away. Your singleness has been sacred training, equipping you to stand strong not only for yourself, but for the person who will one day walk alongside you. And this is why you must release the idea that you have been left behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared for something rare, something extraordinary, something worth the wait. If you had been given your partner too early, they would have met a version of you that wasn't ready, and you would have received a version of them that wasn't prepared either. Timing matters. Alignment matters. Destiny matters. And heaven will never rush what is meant to last forever. This is also why you sometimes feel loneliness more deeply than others. It is not just about missing companionship. It is about carrying the awareness that something greater is waiting, even when you can't see it. Your spirit longs for alignment, not just company. And so you cannot be satisfied with anyone who does not match your frequency. That hunger is proof of your calling. That longing is evidence of your destiny. You are not desperate. You are discerning. And that discernment is what will protect you when the right one finally arrives. So, chosen one, understand this. Your singleness is not an absence of love. It is the cultivation of love in its highest form. It is the divine shaping you into the person who can carry destiny with someone else without losing yourself in the process. It is heaven's way of ensuring that when you are joined to another, it will not just be for comfort. It will be for kingdom, for legacy, for impact. And when that moment comes, you will realize that every season of waiting, every tear you cried, every night you wondered why, was worth it. Because the love you are destined for is unlike anything the world has shown you. It is chosen, just like you. Chosen one. One of the most powerful truths you will come to understand is that your singleness has not been wasted time. It has been divine preservation. While others may look at you and wonder why you've been kept apart, you must recognize that this season has been a shield around you. It has saved you from battles that weren't yours to fight, heartbreaks that would have crushed your purpose, and entanglements that would have distracted you from your higher calling. What looked like emptiness on the surface has been overflowing with unseen protection. Think of how many people you've met who lost themselves in relationships. They poured everything they had into someone who was not aligned with them. They compromised their dreams to keep love alive. They abandoned their identity to hold on to someone else's approval. And when it was over, they were left shattered, struggling to pick up the pieces of who they once were. You, chosen one, were spared from that kind of destruction. Yes, you may have felt rejection. Yes, you may have tasted loneliness. But those moments were nothing compared to the devastation you would have endured if you had tied yourself permanently to someone who was never meant for you. You see, chosen ones carry a different kind of weight. Your life is not just about you. It is about those connected to you, the generations after you, and the destinies tied to your obedience. If you were joined too soon to the wrong person, their influence could have distorted your path. Their fears could have silenced your courage. Their distractions could have dimmed your light. That is why God Himself has held you back, pulling you out of connections that looked good on the outside, but carried destruction underneath. Every ending that broke your heart was really a beginning disguised as pain. Every time someone walked away, it was a blessing you couldn't see at the time. But preservation has not only kept you safe, it has also refined you. Being single has forced you to face yourself. Without the distraction of someone else's presence, you've had no choice but to heal the wounds you once buried, to confront the insecurities you once ignored, and to discover strengths you didn't know you carried. You have had to learn how to love yourself, how to respect yourself, how to stand in your worth without leaning on anyone else to validate you. And while it hasn't been easy, this has been one of the greatest gifts of your life. Because the love that flows from self-acceptance and divine alignment cannot be broken by circumstances. It is unshakable. Consider this. Had you been given a partner too early, you might have relied on them to fill the voids within you. You would have leaned on their love to silence your insecurities, their presence to cover your fears, their validation to replace your self-doubt. But that would have been a fragile foundation. Because the moment they failed you, the moment they left, the moment they changed, your entire sense of worth would have collapsed. Instead, you were guided into solitude, where you had to build your identity on something stronger, your purpose, your calling, your connection to the divine. And now, when love does arrive, it will not define you. It will complement you. This preservation has also sharpened your discernment. Think of how many times you sensed that something wasn't right, even when everything on the surface looked perfect. That inner voice that told you, don't ignore the red flags, don't settle, don't compromise. That was your spirit protecting you. And because you've honored that voice, you have avoided heartbreaks that would have stolen years of your life. Others may not understand why you are so selective, why you refuse to give your heart easily, why you pull back when others rush forward. But that selectiveness is not arrogance, it is wisdom. You have been trained to guard your heart because what you carry is precious. And this is why your singleness must be seen as sacred. Every day you've walked alone has been a day your spirit was growing stronger. Every moment of silence has been a chance for your mind to hear clearly. Every prayer whispered in loneliness has been planting seeds for the future you cannot yet see. You have not been deprived. You have been invested in. Heaven has been pouring into you in ways you will only understand when the right season arrives. So, chosen one, when you feel the sting of comparison, when you see others posting pictures of their weddings, their anniversaries, their families, remember this truth. You are not late. You are protected. You are not forgotten. You are preserved. What they have now may look beautiful, but you do not know the battles behind their smiles. And what you are waiting for will not only look beautiful, it will be true, lasting, aligned, and filled with purpose. That is why the wait has been so long. That is why the path has been so lonely. Because when it arrives, it will not only meet your heart's desires, it will surpass them. Chosen one of the most overlooked truths about being kept single is that it has been more than protection. It has been divine shaping. Every season of solitude has been molding you into the person you need to be, not only for yourself, but for the one who will one day walk beside you. You see, destiny-aligned partnerships require more than attraction or affection. They demand preparation. They demand strength. They demand that each person knows who they are before they unite. And this is why you've been held back, because your future is not meant to be ordinary, and neither is your love. Think of it this way. You have been entrusted with a role that others cannot carry. Your life is not just about personal happiness. It is about influence, about legacy, about impact that ripples far beyond you. If you were to be joined to someone unprepared, that weight could crush both of you. They would not know how to handle your calling, and you would feel torn between love and purpose. That kind of imbalance has destroyed many chosen ones before you. People who settled too soon, gave their hearts to the wrong hands, and ended up losing sight of who they truly were. But you have been spared from that fate because heaven refused to let you compromise what was inside of you. And while waiting can feel cruel, in truth, it is one of the most loving gifts you've ever received. Every day of your singleness has been strengthening your ability to stand firm in who you are. You have learned how to say no when something does not align. You have discovered how to identify red flags before they consume you. You have cultivated patience, resilience, and clarity, qualities that cannot be faked and that will one day allow you to build a love that lasts. Because love that is rushed, love that is built on desperation, love that is rooted in fear of loneliness, it cannot survive the storms of life. But love that is forged in patience, that is built on trust, that is founded on purpose, that is unshakable. This is why your journey feels heavier than others. People around you may seem to have moved on quickly. They meet someone, they fall in love, they commit, sometimes without ever asking if this person is aligned with their destiny. And while some of them may seem happy, many of them secretly wrestle with regret, wondering if they settled too soon. But you, chosen one, have been called to something different. Your singleness has been the refining fire that ensures you will never mistake convenience for alignment. You will not settle just because the world says you should. You will wait until your spirit says, "This is right." It's important to understand that what you are experiencing is not a delay. It is divine timing. Love for you is not meant to arrive when you are half-formed, insecure, or unclear. It is meant to arrive when you are whole, when you know your worth, when you no longer need someone to complete you but are ready to walk beside someone who complements you. That difference changes everything. Because when two whole individuals come together, their love does not drain. It multiplies. It becomes a force that blesses not only them, but everyone connected to them. That is the kind of love you are being prepared for. And so, every season of your singleness has been building the tools you'll need. The strength to stand firm in your boundaries. The clarity to see beyond surface-level attraction. The courage to wait, even when loneliness whispers lies in your ear. The wisdom to recognize when someone's words align with their actions. And perhaps most importantly, the patience to trust that But understand this too. Your singleness is not only preparing you for love, it is preparing you for your greater purpose. Before you can carry another's destiny alongside your own, you must be firmly anchored in your own calling. That is why you've been pulled away from distractions, kept from unhealthy attachments, and placed in seasons where it was just you and the divine. Because until you learned how to hear your own voice, how to follow your own intuition, and how to trust your own alignment, you could not carry someone else's dreams alongside yours. You needed to master your own foundation first. And in doing so, you've discovered something priceless. That you are already complete. That your worth is not dependent on a partner. That your identity is not defined by a relationship status. That your life has meaning whether or not someone stands beside you. This revelation is crucial, because when your future partner does arrive, you will not cling to them out of fear. You will choose them out of love. You will not bind yourself out of desperation. You will unite out of destiny. So, chosen one, never see your singleness as wasted time. See it as sacred shaping. See it as the divine chiseling away what no longer serves you, refining you into a vessel strong enough to carry both love and purpose. And when the day comes that your partner arrives, you will look back and thank the seasons of solitude. You will realize that the loneliness, the waiting, the unanswered questions were not in vain. They were the very soil in which your destiny-aligned love could grow. Chosen one of the most powerful lessons about your season of singleness is that it has not only refined you, but it has protected your energy. You may not fully realize it, but your spirit is sensitive. The wrong connection can drain you, silence you, or even distort your identity. Relationships are not just about affection. They are exchanges of energy, of values, of dreams, and of spirits. When you tie yourself to someone, you don't just share your time, you share your atmosphere. And if their atmosphere is filled with chaos, fear, or distraction, your spirit will carry it as well. That is why you have been shielded from so many wrong connections. Heaven knew that your energy was too valuable to be wasted on hands that would only consume and never multiply it. Think back to the times you almost gave in, when loneliness tried to convince you to settle, when the attention of someone made you feel seen, but not truly known. At the moment, it might have been tempting to ignore the red flags, to silence the unease in your heart, to say yes simply because you were tired of waiting. But each time, something pulled you back. Each time the connection unraveled before it could take root. And though you may have cried in frustration, that was your spirit being preserved. Because one wrong relationship can cost years of your life, but divine protection ensures that you will not waste your time on people who are not aligned with your calling. This preservation has been teaching you discernment. You have learned to recognize when words don't match actions. You've noticed when someone's admiration of you is really about what they can take from you, not what they can build with you. You've felt the difference between someone who loves your light and someone who only wants to stand in it. And though this has meant saying goodbye more often than you wanted, it has also meant your spirit has remained clear. You are not weighed down by false attachments. And that clarity will be one of your greatest strengths when the right person arrives. Many people around you may not understand this. They may wonder why you are so selective, why you say no so often, why you walk away when others might stay. But what they don't realize is that your selectiveness is not pride. It is wisdom. You have seen what happens when people settle. You have witnessed the brokenness that comes from tying yourself to someone who does not honor your soul. And you have been determined not to repeat those cycles. Your standards are not walls. They are gates. And those gates ensure that only what is truly aligned with your destiny can enter. This is also why your singleness has been so important for your purpose. You cannot fulfill your higher calling if your energy is constantly drained by someone who does not walk in the same direction. Imagine trying to run a race while tied to someone walking the opposite way. No matter how strong you are, you would eventually collapse under the strain. That is what happens when chosen ones settle for misaligned relationships. But because you have been kept single, you have been free to run your race unhindered, to build your vision. And here is the deeper truth. Your future partnership is not just about love, it is about alignment. The person destined for you will not compete with your calling, they will complement it. They will not drain your energy, they will multiply it. They will not silence your voice, they will amplify it. This is why the wait has been so long, because what is being prepared for you is not ordinary companionship. It is a divine partnership. And when the two of you come together, your impact will expand in ways you could never have achieved alone. This is why you have been required to learn how to guard your spirit now. Because when that person comes, you must already know who you are, what you carry, and what you will and will not allow. They are not coming to complete you. They are coming to complement you. And the only way to recognize them is by being so grounded in your own identity that you cannot be deceived by counterfeits. The solitude you've endured has been sharpening your vision so that when the right one arrives, you will know without question. Chosen one, do not despise this preservation. Every goodbye you were forced to say, every door that closed, every person who walked away, they were not meant to walk this road with you. Their presence would have distracted you, drained you, and derailed the destiny that is unfolding through you. Instead, you have been preserved, kept clear, kept strong, kept ready. And when the right one arrives, you will be able to welcome them with a heart that is not carrying baggage, but is carrying clarity. You will not bring wounds into the relationship. You will bring wisdom. You will not bring desperation. You will bring discernment. You will not bring fear. You will bring faith. And that is what will make your love different from the rest. It will not be ordinary. It will not be rushed. It will not be fragile. It will be chosen, just as you are chosen. Chosen one, another reason you have been kept single is so that you could learn independence in its truest form. Not the kind of independence the world celebrates, rooted in pride or stubbornness, but the kind that comes from knowing you are whole, capable, and strong without depending on another person to define you. Many people rush into relationships without ever learning who they are on their own. They look for love to fill their emptiness, for a partner to fix their brokenness, for validation, to quiet their doubts. But you, chosen one, were never meant to build your worth on someone else's presence. You were meant to discover it within yourself first. This season has been about teaching you that you can stand, even when no one is holding you up. That you can find joy, even when no one else is pouring into you. That you can walk in confidence, even when there is no hand to hold. You may not always have appreciated it, but this independence is a rare gift. It means that when love does arrive, you will not enter it as someone incomplete. You will enter it as someone whole. And two whole people building together create a foundation that cannot be shaken by storms. Think of how many relationships fail because one or both partners never healed, never grew, never learned to be okay alone. They brought their wounds into the relationship, and those wounds bled into everything. They leaned on each other not as partners, but as crutches, until both collapsed under the weight. But you, chosen one, have been spared from this. Your solitude has forced you to heal. It has required you to face the broken places within yourself and allow them to be mended, not by another person, but by time, by growth, by the divine. And because of that, you will bring into your future love not emptiness, but strength. This independence has also taught you how to protect your boundaries. You have learned, sometimes painfully, that your peace is worth more than temporary comfort. You have discovered how to say no to what doesn't serve you, even when loneliness tempts you to say yes. You have realized that it is better to walk alone in peace than to walk with someone who drains your soul. These lessons, though difficult, are priceless. Because when the right person comes, you will not accept less than what you deserve. You will recognize the difference between love that costs you yourself and love that allows you to flourish. But independence is not only about saying no, it is about saying yes to yourself. In this season, you've had the space to chase dreams you might have abandoned if you were consumed with someone else's needs. You've discovered passions, pursued goals, and built strength in ways you might never have if you had been tied down prematurely. You've had the time to become who you are meant to be. And this is vital, because your future love is not meant to shrink you, but to walk beside the fullest version of you. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and your singleness has ensured that when the time comes, your cup will be overflowing. This is why you must look at your journey not as a punishment, but as preparation. Your independence is not loneliness, it is strength. Your solitude is not emptiness, it is fullness. And when the one who is meant for you arrives, they will not meet a half-formed version of you, but a powerful, complete individual who knows their worth. That will make your love different, because it will not be built on need. It will be built on choice. You will not need them to complete you. You will choose them because they complement you. And that difference will make your bond unshakable. Chosen one, the divine has kept you single because your destiny requires this foundation. Without it, you could be swayed, manipulated, or diminished by the wrong influence. With it, you will be unmovable, unshakable, unstoppable. This is the kind of independence that makes you dangerous to darkness, because it means no one else holds the keys to your peace, your joy, or your worth. You have learned to carry those within yourself, and that is what will make your future love not only beautiful, but lasting. So take heart. Your singleness has been shaping a strength that cannot be broken, and when the right person arrives, they will not rescue you. They will recognize you. They will not define you. They will celebrate you. They will not complete you. They will join you. And together, you will walk in a love that is not fragile, not desperate, not ordinary, but chosen, purposeful, and divine. Chosen one, now you see that your singleness has never been about denial. It has been about destiny. Every season of solitude, every moment you wondered why you walked alone, has been a carefully woven thread in the larger tapestry of your life. You have been set apart, not because you were forgotten, but because you were being protected, refined, and prepared for something greater than ordinary love. Your waiting was not wasted. It was the soil where patience, wisdom, and strength took root. It was the furnace where your self-worth was forged, where your discernment was sharpened, where your resilience was proven. Others may have rushed into relationships built on shallow ground, but you were asked to wait, because what is coming for you requires a foundation that cannot be shaken. The kind of love destined for you is not rushed, not fragile, and not ordinary. It is rare, it is purposeful, and it is designed to multiply everything you carry, not diminish it. This is why you have walked alone for so long, because your path is not just about finding someone, it is about becoming someone. And now, you stand as someone who is whole, strong, and ready. Ready to recognize the right person when they arrive. Ready to build something that lasts. Ready to walk in a partnership that aligns not only with your heart, but with your calling. Chosen one, take peace in this. You are not behind, you are not lacking, and you are not forgotten. You are exactly where you are meant to be, and every delay has only positioned you closer to what is truly yours. When the time comes, you will understand that the years of waiting were worth it, because the love you step into will be unlike anything you've seen before. It will reflect the same divine hand that has been shaping you all along. So lift your head, steady your heart,